So I just wanted to quickly show what I work on in my own golf swing. So I like this swing here on the bottom today a lot better than the one on the top. We all have our tendencies, so I figured I'd share mine. I feel like I have a ton of tendencies. Starting the setup here, I tend to get my right foot, my trail foot too in. I like to have it flared out. That gets my body moving around in a better position. I tend to get my arms a bit too straight, Hogan wrapped as I call it. I like it soft and bent, especially the right arm. So those are definitely a couple things at address that I stay on top of, and I also tend to get too much shape at address where I get too much of that, as opposed to a bit more there where that top number is about 82 degrees. When I swing it back here, let's put an X up on my old one, and I'll put a check mark on my new one here. On the bottom one, when I swing this up, I definitely tend to get too wide in my first 2 feet. I'd actually like to see this one a bit more narrow there, a little bit more club head first, or being really picky with it. I'd like to see the shaft right about there and my shoulder line there, so those two match up, because again, that's what we're trying to get back into. But pretty good there, the fact that I haven't gone around too early. Okay, now when I swing it up, my good one here, I have a little bit more width at the top there with the shaft. Kind of feel like Scotty Scheffler wrist, where it's a bit more wide or voided out. You'll see on my old one here on the top, but it'll be much more narrow, where it essentially gets too wristy at the top. So that angle there is more narrow. That'll make me a bit too steep coming down. So a bit wider at the top, and then here's the biggie. So at the top here, let me clear these lines again. This is the bad one. This is my main tendency and why I tend to hit it left. So in transition here, you'll see how my left hip and my left knee clears really early, or my left knee starts to straighten. So I get really what I call left-sided. I clear too early, too aggressively, and then my right arm gets trapped behind me. You can see a little bit of that daylight. And then I fall back. When I say I fall back, my head, if I draw a line here, my head will work backwards. So my left ear is on that green line there, and I start to go backwards. And then I'll have the head staying down. Look, when my head stays down, I flip it with my hands and I miss it left. It's been my go-to my whole golf career. So I try and clean it up in the backswing, but then I clear early with my left side, fall back, and then I get that look, which I really don't like, where I'm really open and my head's still down. Can't tell in this camera, but the club is turned over. So this one here, a lot better today. Let me draw this wall line here from the width. So I'm able to bump forward there in transition. And you can still see how my left side is still in the way. I haven't cleared so early, and I still have flex in my left knee. So I'm hitting into a firm lead side or a stable left side. I hear a lot of players talk about that, and that's what they mean. It hasn't cleared aggressively so early compared to the one in the top there. So when I keep my left side in the way, I'm able to hit it with my right side like Hogan. And you'll see my right, or my head, follow the shaft through more that way. So my nose will be with the shaft as opposed to this top one where I'm looking down, and that face will stay square to my sternum on the one on the bottom. So we all have our tendencies. Figured I'd share this one. It's one of my better swings. I like to save it in my files as well, just to stay on top of it.